Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales, and today is actually a celebration, a week-long celebration as a matter of fact. Today, all this week is American Craft Beer Week. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about local craft beers in the Atlanta and surrounding areas. Mm-hmm. We're going to be drinking local beer, as you see on the table. Mm-hmm. And we'll also just discuss a few, in the area that we know of. And, we won't be talking about a whole bunch because we're probably going to do this again. We've actually been sitting on doing this topic ever since we did the one about distilleries in the area. And we wanted to do this, and we actually been sitting on drinking this particular beer for a while too. So the two instances sort of collided. Mm-hmm. Now we have an excuse to drink this beer, and we have an excuse to talk about local craft beers. So, the beer we're coming at you guys with this week is actually from 3 Taverns, and it's called Saporis. It's a passion fruit and guava sour ale. They actually have 2 more we were looking at today as well. One of them is a straight raspberry, and the other one is blueberry and something else. Right. And let's just a quick 1 minute side, as it were. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna lie. The reason these caught my eye, the can art. Like, if you don't have good can art with your product, and that's just good label and bottle art in general for liquor and beer and stuff like that, then I'm passing it over. Straight. Like you only have 30 seconds to get the average person's attention, and those 30 seconds can mean the world. And while we're talking about it, before we jump into all the beers, and since you mentioned it, that's something I can say, and this not just local, but this is like everywhere. Y'all are killing it with the can art with all these craft beers. It is literally like going to an art museum. Exactly. And a lot of them alone, I know, are getting picked up just off the basis of the can. And that is a good job. So I just want to put that out there to all across America. Yeah. Y'all doing the thing. But we're going to go ahead and get into this. We're going to taste this one, and we're actually just going to drink it. It's coming at us from 3 Taverns. I can't remember if we've had 3 Taverns on the show before. Yeah, we have. Mm-hmm. Okay. We've had 3 Taverns. You do enough of these and you forget. But won't forget this because I'm adding this to the circulation. Pretty delicious. Refreshing. Yeah, very refreshing. Very good. I love my sour ales. I'm loving this flavor. Now I can't wait to try the other one. That's I would say you put this in a shandy, but I think it would be insulting to the beer to weigh it down like that. Like, I'm not even lying about you on that one. Yeah. And of course I have a bias because I like the sour ale flavoring and stuff like that, but 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Brewed and canned at 3 Taverns Craft Brewery, which is in Decatur, Georgia, where it's greater. This one's called Saporis, and it says it's defined as I'm wasting. Should never waste beer. So I'll just read off this can. Saporis is defined as capable of exciting the sensation of taste in a passion fruit and guava lactose sour ale. True to the definition of its name, this latest entry from our Sour Asylum series is a total juice bomb. Tart with a creamy mouthful and bursting with fruit flavor. That is not a lie. It is a fruit bomb, as they would say. A juice bomb, I'm sorry. It blew up in my mouth. This is probably all phrasing, but whatever. We talking about beer. Get your minds out of the gutter. And like I said, it's coming at us from 3 Taverns. I'm going to read you guys a little bit about 3 Taverns that I pulled up. But Three Taverns is a brewery inspired by travels in Belgium. It opened up in 2013 after nearly a decade of home brewing. There is a focus on IPAs and sours in their lineup of beers. They also are opening a second location in Atlanta's Reynoldstown neighborhood. I believe that's already open.
Yeah, I know they've been advertising it all over the social media. So that may, if it's not open now, it may be opening up within the next couple of weeks or so. But like, don't take my word for it. Go to their Instagram page because they have all the details on that stuff.
And check them out too. We've recommended them more than once. Like I said, we've had their stuff on here before, and this is just another W in my opinion. But next up, while we go around, another one that we thought people might want to know about is Orpheus Brewing. And we've actually been to Orpheus Brewing before. We have friends and people that love Orpheus Brewing. And they invited us to a gathering there once, and we got to taste several of their beers, and they were delicious. It's actually been a while since we've had a beer from Orpheus, just because since we started doing Drink Tale, we've been drinking a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
So we got to get back to Orpheus and drink their stuff. But a little bit about them. They're located in Piedmont Park near the Atlanta Beltline. And their focus is on beers prepared with new hops, wild fermentations, and barrels, including sours and IPAs. And they have a tap room that's open daily. So yeah, check them out. Right in Midtown. Well, not Midtown, right, but right in the Piedmont Park area. So you can't miss them. Like I said, once again, great. Next on the list, we have Monday Night Garage and Monday Night Brewing. Now we've been to their brewery before, right?
We've been there for a Christmas party.
Yeah, we went there for a Christmas party a couple of years ago. As a matter of fact, we talked about it on this show. We'll link you to that episode. Another one that's great. Love their beer as well. But according to my information here, they're in Atlanta's historic West End neighborhood, home to the Reminisce with even more space and even more beers. You can have their year-round lineup in addition to the barrel-aged Garage Series brews. And I know you guys have seen their Garage Series brews before. So they're if you've been into a liquor store, you've gone in the beer section, you've seen their Garage Series. They're everywhere. Like I said, we've had their drinks. We've been to their brewery before. Delicious. Moving on to the next one that I have. The next two, actually, that I want to talk about. Now, these two are the only two black-owned breweries in Atlanta. And the first one is called Down Home Brewing. And it's actually the first black-owned brewing company in Atlanta. It's owned by Chris Reeves, and its core values are inspired by Reeves' grandfather, Herschel Austell Thomas. We have not had them before, but you've seen them before.
As a matter of fact, if it's the one I think it is, I have a picture of their cans, and I posted it on Instagram not too long ago.
And the second one is Khonso Brewing. We've tasted their we actually met these guys, and we back last year when we went to the Black Atlanta Liquor Expo. We met them and we got to taste their beers. Very delicious. It's two gentlemen who went to Morehouse. They started up Khonso. Like I said, very good beer. I don't know exactly where you can find it right now.
Start with their social media. Go to their Instagram.
Right.
And, hit them up. I'm pretty sure they will tell you exactly where you need to go to find their beer. As well as, I'm pretty sure they have a website as well.
Right. Next up, Pontoon Brewing out in Sandy Springs. We've had a few of their stuff before. As a matter of fact, we'll link that episode as well. If you guys remember the episode, we did a tasting of
their plot plan.
Yes.
Plot,
plan,
strategize, organize.
We'll put the link below.
Yeah.
But we've been over to their location a couple of times and bought beers from them. Also very delicious. I'll read a little bit about them. Located in Sandy Springs. Their beers include IPAs and a Berliner Weiss. They offer weekly yoga trivia nights and game nights. Sounds pretty good.
You're getting the bang for your buck.
Next one is Creature Comforts. They're located in Athens, Georgia. So,
now, for those that aren't from Atlanta or Georgia or wherever, Athens is, I believe, and take it with a grain of salt, is one of the, I guess, a satellite city to Atlanta, as it were.
Sure.
It's more of a college town,
right?
More than anything,
right? Like if you go to UGA,
like Athens is the hangout, apparently.
Right.
I mean,
now, funny tip. Maybe about 4 years ago, I met the people working out of there. They came into one of the hotels that I used to work in, and we actually talked, and they told me the history of, how they started it up and where it's at and stuff like that, and how it's a former tire factory that the brewery is run out of. And it was pretty neat.
Well, obviously that's working out for them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely working out for them. Let's see who else we got on my list. I don't want to throw everybody out there. I believe that's it. Yeah, Pontoon. We talked about Pontoon and we talked about Creature Comfort.
And there are a lot more places.
Yeah, there's so many more places. Just to throw a list out of some that we didn't talk about or mention that you might want to look up. Contrast Artesian Ales, Scepter Brewing, Scepter Brewing Arts, I'm sorry. New Realm Brewing. Probably the most well-known and popular one.
Yeah, that's an old head as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Sweetwater. When you come into Atlanta, you will see Sweetwater. That's the most well-known one. Almost to the point where I say it's practically mainstream.
Yeah.
And Dr. Scoflaw. Those are just a few, We're going to put links to all of those beers below. We're also going to tag them in our social medias and things like that, so that you guys can check them out if you're curious.
And people, please do, check them out, because you have a variety. And like I said, there is a ton more.
Yeah, do your research. I know, like we talked about before, that Atlanta has become a burgeoning city for liqueur. It's even more so for beer. You can't throw a rock without hitting a local brewery in Atlanta.
And some of them are as new as like a year ago.
And not only that, when you do throw that rock and you do hit that brewery, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find some delicious stuff. But we'll put that information below. And also, too, if you are not in Atlanta and you're in some other city or some other state across America, do some research into your local craft brewing.
And give them some love.
Exactly. Especially if you like beer. Find out who brews there. Find out what their beers are like. Check them out. We've had a few beers on here in the past
from
other states that turned out pretty good.
And maybe if you send them to us,
we'll
so that we can drink them and review them and tell you if your selection of beer is great or not. You know what you could also do that with as well? Your liquor, your wines, your snacks, your desserts, whatever it is that's out there.
Right. Or maybe there's an entire location that you can't just send us, but you can tell us where it's at and we can go. Rather it be a distillery, rather it be a bar, a restaurant, a speakeasy, a delicatessen, whatever it may, or a brewery, wherever it may be. If you think we might enjoy it, hit us up, let us know, and we'll go there. We'll make an attempt. We'll make the strongest attempt possible to go there. And since I'm mentioning this, in a few days we'll be in Miami. Let us know where we can eat and drink in Miami.
Exactly.
Of course, we've done research. Of course, we're not just gonna be in Miami and not know how to get food and drink.
Exactly.
That would be crazy. But we also want to make sure we're not missing anything. So let us know. Hit us in the DMs. Hit us up on social media in any kind of way. Let us know. If you're a bartender in Miami, let us know when you're working this weekend.
So we'll be there from Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
We leave on Sunday, but we don't get a plane out
until later in the evening. So we got the day. You know what? Fort Lauderdale too. This applies to Fort Lauderdale as well. We'll be in Fort Lauderdale a little bit too. So let us know. We want to check these places out. We're trying to eat good all week and drink good all weekend. But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on our social medias on Instagram and Twitter. And until next time, everybody, peace.